Guys, Samir here, and one thing that changed my life totally was reading. I strongly believe that reading can boost your life like a rocket to the sky. Especially when you're a businessman or a future millionaire, you want to make sure that you read the best and most valuable books in your limited time. So today let me present you my top 5 books to boost your life and your business forward. Let's dive in. Number 5, guys, is Shoe Dog by Phil Knight. And let me tell you that this book here is one of the greatest founder stories I've ever seen. The book here is full with inspirational and motivational stories, and all in all it tells a story about Phil Knight and the company Nike, which we all for sure know, and of course we all have some clothes by the brand Nike in our wardrobes. Why I highly recommend you to read this book is because Phil Knight tells the story here in this book in the most honest way he can. That means Phil Knight tells the reader exactly their struggle in the early times, for example how they dealt with business loans or the journey to Japan to find new producers for their shoes. And of course Phil tells you a lot of the competition to Puma and Adidas. What makes this story here so interesting for you is the fact that in this story it's not about starting a digital business like many entrepreneurs like to do today to make quick money. It's also not about the next side hustle to start. No, the story here is about a young entrepreneur who started designing and selling shoes. A traditional product which we all can hold in our hand and which we wear today every day. And guys, let me tell you that this dude here got all in. And guys, let me tell you, when you read this book and you see what Phil Knight has created in the 70s, you ask yourself, why should not be able to do something like him? I have so many possibilities. So I think it's a big motivational boost for yourself. Shoe Dog by Phil Knight. Book number 4 is Lean Startup, written by Eric Ries. Guys, I think you and me should really appreciate this book here because it shows you exactly how you can start your business with the lowest risk. And guys, I believe that starting a business with the lowest risk is so interesting for you, especially if you work currently 9 to 5 or if you have a family. Why? Because guys, if you have family and maybe you have some loans to pay off, you probably have not the opportunity to quit your job and to focus on your new business 100%. So what you basically have to do is that you try to start your idea in the most minimal way and test it in a small environment. And if it works in a small environment, you can start focus more and more on it and scale it to the next level. In this book, you learn what an MVP is and how you can test your idea with such an MVP and build it up. I really appreciate and can recommend you this book because I think if you read it, you learn practical entrepreneurship. It shows you how you can start, it shows you how you can improve your business, and one of the most important points, it shows you how you can measure and track your business. So guys, the next book, the number 3, is The One Thing. I would say The One Thing by Jerry Keller and Jay Papasan is the best book I've ever had in my hand to organize my private and also my business goals in connection to each other. And one of the key messages here in One Thing is that if you chase 2 rabbits at the same time, one of them will probably slip through your fingers. And in easy words, focus is everything. And focus means how much time you can concentrate on that one hustle, on that one girl, on that one goal. What I really like is that you can use this book in so many cases in your life. You can find daily tips, for example, how you should structure your to-do list, till the question how you can structure your private and your business life together. And this is a challenge. Don't underestimate that. Just one example you should definitely consider is that when you start a new business, how does your partner react to it? Starting a company, starting a business honestly can be a relationship killer. So it's really cool because it helps you to structure these kind of things. Both are also discussing really interesting questions. For example, like, does a work-life balance really exist, or is it just an illusion which we create for us? Answering this question, they show you exactly how you can sharpen your focus to maximize your output in life. And at last, it helps you to find a direction, which is honestly great to measure and track your day-by-day growth. Great book to boost you in business and to boost you in life. Number 2, guys, and this book here is great for people who like to start a new business but don't have an idea. The Medici Effect. Guys, honestly, this book here looks a little bit underrated between other books, but this book here has a lot of value to offer. The Medici Effect is written by Franz Johansson, and it quickly shows you how to find new innovative ideas. The basic idea here is that you can find new innovations, new ideas by combining two existing ideas with each other. Of course, there's much more about this technique, but basically he explains innovations as randomly combinations of different existing ideas. All in all, he likes to boost your idea finding process. A very cool book if you like to get new fresh ideas, and it also includes some historical background. Franz Johansson tells us a lot about the family Medici, which was a family in Florence with an extremely high impact and influence on the people. And guys, the last book, and my personally number 1, is the Almanac of Naval Ravikant. And guys, I really love this book because this book here is not only about starting a business and how to generate wealth. The half of this book here is about how to reach happiness. So Naval Ravikant combines the questions: how do we become wealthy and how do we become happy? And guys, he answers a really important question. Does money can buy you happiness? And I think, guys, this question is a very important question for every entrepreneur. I highly recommend you to think about the following before you start reading this book. Are you starting a business because you want to earn more money? You don't like to have any chef. You don't want to have limited time. You want to spend your day like you want. Or are you starting a business because you think starting a business is what makes you happy? Or maybe kind of both? I would say big difference. And honestly, guys, this is the first book in my collection which discusses becoming rich, becoming happy, and become wealthy in such a philosophical way. Really. And sometimes when I read this book here, I forgot that Naval Ravikant is a businessman. He's the founder of AngelList, and that's what makes it so interesting to see his perspective on trends and general the life. For example, he shares a list of businesses you should probably focus on in future. Definitely my number 1. These 5 books, guys, will definitely boost you in life and in business. But let me remind you guys, only reading 5 books will not make you a Superman. Reading is a constant process of learning. So my advice and my last words to you are: make reading enjoyable and make reading a good habit. It helps you to expand your perspective on feelings, on businesses, on life, and so much more. I'm Samir, and this is my journey of becoming a millionaire. So make sure you subscribe my channel and follow me on my journey. See you in the next videos, guys.